In Twyla Bray, Citizens Council for Health Freedom. I am the president and co-founder, and I'm here to tell you that today is the deadline for getting your public comments in against a Real ID, not just the card, but the entire federal system that is about to be imposed. And again, today is the deadline. So the TSA and Homeland Security have put out a proposed rule that suggests that they want states to be able to do progressive enforcement and progressive consequences, including 3 strikes and you're out. That means that if you appear at the airport, for example, 3 times without a Real ID, they will tell you, warn you each time, and the 4th time they will send you home. Children in hand, tickets in hand, luggage in tow, they will send you home. That's 3 strikes, you're out. So all of this is unconstitutional. It's always been unconstitutional. The state legislatures used to tell the federal government this is unconstitutional. And so right now, because the legislature's all folded, it's time for we the people to tell TSA and Homeland Security this is unconstitutional, because there is definitely time to stop the Real ID. Right now, despite deadline after deadline after deadline, there are 44% of all driver's licenses and identification cards that are not Real ID compliant, and we as an organization, Citizens Council for Health Freedom, would like to move that to 45% and then 48% and then 52% and on up. That means if you have a Real ID, that you should consider now replacing it in the 45 states that give you an option to have a regular standard driver's license, and then go get a something that you can fly with no matter what happens with Real ID, such as a passport and passport card. So the 5 states that don't have it, don't give you the right, are Florida, Georgia, Mississippi, Texas, and Wyoming. And even in those states, you can tell your governor to shut down a Real ID in the state. Now, here's what you need to know. So Real ID is not just a card, it's a system. A usurpation of states' rights and of individual rights. A system that they intend to eventually put onto your phone with remote access to your card. This will advance a social credit system in America. And there is definitely, as I said, still time to stop Real ID. Now, don't believe the "you can't fly" lie, because that was always meant to scare you into getting the Real ID. It was meant to scare legislatures into conforming with this unconstitutional federal law. Don't believe it. Department of Homeland Security even says that that is not true. And so here are some acceptable identification documents at the TSA checkpoint. You can take a look at them. You can just stop the video, but passport, passport card, VA medical card, that works. Here is where you need to go to make a public comment. So the public comment deadline is today, October 15th, 2024 at 11:59 p.m. Eastern Time. You can go to cchfreedom.org, and just click on the big black box that we have there that says click here, and that will take you directly to some links that you can just use to make your public comment. We need as many public comments as possible. We currently have gotten 30,000, most of them opposed to Real ID, but we'd love to have at least 50,000 or more. And so please do your part to protect freedom in this country by telling your friends, telling your neighbors, telling your family, and then going online and making your own public comment, which can be as simple as Real ID is unconstitutional, you cannot enforce it. It could be that simple. It could be anything that you would like to say about how this is wrong and they should not be able to enforce it. They want to start enforcing it as of this progressive enforcement and progressive consequences starting on May 7th, and they're essentially asking the public permission. They're asking for public comments to make this change, and you should tell them that they can't do it. So again, here you go. Public comment deadline today, October 15th, 11:59 p.m. Eastern Time. Go to cchfreedom.org, cchfreedom.org for easy access to it. And again, you'll see these signs. Here's a Real ID for you. You see that little card in there? You see how it's got a gold star? See this gold or these stars up here? It's typically got a star, although in California it's got a bear with a star in it. They say meet your new ID, the one that's ready to fly. Well, there's a lot of ones that are ready to fly, and actually requiring it, this federal card is not constitutional, and it is wrong to even say that it could be required, because it should only come out of the states. Nothing should come out of the federal government. So please take this opportunity today. Remember, Real ID can be stopped. Remember, Real ID needs to be stopped to protect your freedom and your children's freedom in this country. So go to cchfreedom.org, cchfreedom.org, and help us and all of America, who is very concerned about a social credit system in America, federal overtake or over control of everything that happens in this country, and help us stop Real ID in its tracks. Again, Twyla Braze, Citizens Council for Health Freedom, thank you so much for tuning in and for engaging today before 11:59 p.m. I'll show it just one more time. There's where you can go. Thank you so much.